Hey everybody, how's it going? I don't know if you remember, but in my earlier videos when I was taking off my exhaust manifolds, I had taken them off and there was a bolt missing on this side. Now, I didn't think much of it at the time, but turns out it was because there was a bolt actually broke off in there. It wasn't missing at all. So we took the time to go ahead and get it out today. Now I started to do it myself, but one of the bits that I was using, I didn't know because it's not my bits, my father's, had been pretty hot at one time. It wasn't working very good, so I got my dad out here to check it out and everything, and we put some heat to it. That wasn't really working with the easy out, so we ended up going up in bit sizes. Let me show you guys. I started out with a 13/16, and we went all the way up, and we pretty much all the way went up to a 1964, and got it in there, and then we used the tap. We tapped it. It's good to go now. I just need to touch that back up a little bit and everything, so that works out good. Now I will say this: before you start to drill your hole or anything, you need to get you a center punch and get as center as you can of that bolt. That hole, I mean, wherever it's broke off, your stud that's broke off, try to get as center as you can. Now if you can't get center because it's broke off uneven or something, you need to take a grinder or something to it and grind it to where you can get it center, because you absolutely want that center when you start drilling that. So take a center punch, get the center of that broken off bolt, whatever, hit it, then start to drill. I will get these valve covers on, get the flywheel on, see if I can't get this up off the engine stand, and maybe see about, I don't know, hooking it up to the transmission. Going to doing all that on the outside, you know, torque converter to the flywheel and all that. And then it would be about time to see if we can't slide it in the truck. I'm gonna get my motor mounts on here real fast, and yeah, we're about at that point. Alright everybody, we got the wrecker over here. Gonna go and get these valve covers on there for good. Got everything I need to get them on there and everything. Alright guys, I almost forgot to go grab my camera and let y'all know what I was doing, but started putting a wheel lift down here. I'm going to lift the motor up and just hang it off the edge here so I can bring this transmission over here and hook it up. Have the transmission and the motor together, have it that much closer to time to yeah, put it in the truck. So before I put it in completely though, I'm going to get these motor mounts on there and have them on the motor, and yeah, that's the game plan, so let's get at it. Alright guys, got the motor up here, or off the stand and up here where I want it. Now I will bring the transmission over, and we'll get it up there next to the motor and try to get it worked on there. Alright, I pulled it out and I pushed it back in one more time just to make sure, because I just wanted to make sure. And it went in one big time, and then the second time was just a little bit shorter, and it's all the way in for sure. So now I got to get that flywheel on there. We'll get it on, bolt it up, and then we can put it together, finally. Keep talking about it, but I keep failing to mention everything else I need to do. Alright guys, there you have it. Motor and transmission are together. I would highly advise not to do things the way I do them. You know, I'm not on here to be educational at all. You know, I'm sure a lot of you, most of my viewers are quite a bit older than I am. Y'all know a lot more about it than I do. You probably have done it the way I do it too, as in not the proper way back when you were younger. You still might, so I don't know. Anyways, that way it did it. I know I'll probably work harder than I have to, and there's easier ways to do it, but I did it. Get it up in the air, and I will get the torque converter bolted to the flywheel. Now once I have that done, yeah, I guess I'll drop it down in the truck. I might wait for that tomorrow because I'm going to need help, and my dad's been running pretty hard today. Been pretty busy, so definitely not something you want to do on your own. I'm trying to snake this thing in there, so we'll see how that goes. Figure it out sooner or later. But main thing is now to mount that torque converter to the flywheel. Now somebody had asked me, you know, when you pick it up like this, where to hook the chain up. You know, I don't know if that's a good thing for me to even tell you, because it's not really that proper, like I said. But the same bolts you use as your bell housing bolts will bolt into the front of the head. So if you can find some shorter ones, that's better. But anyways, make sure you put big washers on it so the bolt does not slide through your chain that you have, and make sure you have a good, strong, heavy-duty chain. And you just want to make sure you go crisscross, a bolt on the front of the head and a bolt on the back of the head on the opposite side. Now before I had used the bell housing bolt hole, but since I'm putting the transmission to it, I had to use one of the head bolts. Make sure you have the chain long enough so it doesn't squeeze in on your valve covers or your intake, or any way, you know, you can get bonded. If you don't want to mess up your paint too bad, good thing to put a rag or something there. But anyways guys, that's about it. I can see my battery's dying on my camera once again. I don't know what I'm going to do about that, but nonetheless, transmission has made it up to the motor. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll definitely try to show you more soon, and I'll get right back at it tomorrow. Maybe I'll have the motor and transmission slid up in the truck. We'll see how that goes. Like I said, told you guys I was going to work on it. I was going to get some stuff done this weekend. Sorry I have been so slack on it here recently. Had a lot of stuff going on, like I said, in my truck and everything, and a lot of personal issues, but everybody knows about that. You know, it comes and goes, so we'll get as much done as I can. Alright, we're just gonna snake it down in there.
Down. We need to go back. Hold on.
Oh, I got it.
Okay. Alright, you gotta get something up under the back of the transmission. Right here. Move it over.
Well guys, as you can see, put the motor in the truck. I was gonna wait till tomorrow, but I got too anxious. I'm to the point where I could do it. So my dad wasn't too busy at the moment, so decided to have him help me out a little bit, run the wrecker so I can guide it in there. It died on me about the time that I had to go up under the truck, and I had to lift up the back of the transmission so I can get a jack under there. So I lifted the back of the transmission, and my dad put the jack stand under there so to keep the back of the motor up. Now I can get the motor mount bolts in there, and yep, the motor's in there, guys. So I told y'all guys I would get on it, and I've tried my best to get on it and do what I said I was going to do. So now we can do all the little odds and ends work and get the transfer case up in there and be that much closer. Still waiting on the carburetor. I've had some people say something to me about carburetors and me paying for the shipping, and I have no problem doing that. I'm gonna get one here, so I really appreciate that, and any little bit of help that I can get. Don't forget, I have a P.O Box for you guys, so if you want to send something for mail time so I can do shout outs and everything, I kind of really enjoy doing that. If it's just a letter or anything, I really do appreciate it. But anyways, there you have it, guys. The engine is in the K10. I'm gonna get everything mounted up and start hooking things up. I appreciate you guys for watching. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll show you more soon. Appreciate it, guys. Bye bye.